night settles, but you are restless. The sun rises, but you feel as though you are falling. The world seems to close in on you. You simply cannot land that one trick. If this sounds familiar, you may be suffering from Balisistic antifliptosis, or bad flip day. But beyond the horizon, there is hope. Talk to your doctor about Basilisk. Basilisk is a balanced formula combining 154 cm steel and G10. Flippers who were prescribed Basilisk experience enhanced manipulation and perform better on a day-to-day basis. Side effects may include severe bleeding, lacerations, punctures, avulsions, amputation of small appendages, incisions, abrasions, and death. Within a 25-foot proximity of its use or greater, Basilisk can harm living pets, small children, infants, plants, adults, and furniture. If you suffer any injury with Basilisk, capture it on film immediately and then consult your doctor. Basilisk is habit-forming and highly addictive. Do not use Basilisk if you are pregnant, on medication, intoxicated, sleepy, or thirsty. Basilisk, a new hope.
We now return to our regularly scheduled program.
This is a review of the Basilisk designed by Jerry Hom. Right off the bat, I was extremely impressed with this knife. It's probably one of the best flippers that I've handled of all the Balisongs I've flipped. Most Balisongs, when I get them, it takes me maybe a couple days of pretty extensive flipping before I kind of warm up to it. Before I kind of figure out its balance point, before I kind of figure out how it rotates with aerials and rollovers. But the Basilisk was a bit different. As soon as I took it out, there really wasn't a whole lot of warming up that I had to do. It just felt very natural. And I think that's because it's an extremely well-balanced Balisong. It's got a little bit more weight that's biased in the handles, which is what I like because I think that's a little bit easier to do chaplains and rollovers, and overall I think aerials just feel a little bit more predictable when a knife is built that way. It uses a bushing system which is extremely smooth. I found it to be an extremely smooth handling knife. It's probably the best sandwich style Balisong that I've handled. I actually handle it better than I do my Kimura, which is saying a lot because this was the first knife that I learned on. Not the K2, the K1, but still. I actually handled the K2 pretty well, but I think I handled the Basilisk even better. The handles are nice and wide, which is preferable for a flipper. This is the 42 just for comparison. This is the Kimura. It's a little bit thicker. Handles are, the G10 scales are a little bit rounded off, but not too much, you know. You have a nice, solid, flat surface here for twirling. You get a nice grip on that when you're flipping. This is the 51, just for comparison. It actually is a little bit longer than I thought. Just looking at the pictures, I thought that this was I thought it was going to be a smaller Balisong, but it's about the same length as the 51, and maybe just a little, I think it's compared to the 42, handles are slightly shorter, not by much. Yeah, the 42 is a little bit, just a hair longer, but the overall length I found to be perfect. The handle length was perfect. It's 4.8 ounces, which is a really nice weight, you know. A little bit heavier than the 51, a little bit heavier than the 42, and a little bit lighter than the Kimara. But I just found it to be pretty much the perfect weight. Really loved flipping this. The build quality was just very impressive right off the bat. Very tight and precise build, fit and finish. I was really just impressed with the way it was built. I really like the oversized tang pins. I think it's better for durability too. I like the way it looks. I like the blade profile. I like the overall look. It looks very aggressive. I like that aggressive look in a Balisong. Unfortunately, Jerry Hom announced a few weeks ago that he's no longer going to be making these. So as of right now, it is a discontinued knife. It's unfortunate because when he built this knife, he molded after the Microtech Tachyon or Tachyon, I'm not really sure how to pronounce it, and the Dragonfly, which are discontinued. He was really impressed with the way it was, those knives for a production knife. He was really impressed with how tightly fit everything was, how precise. He said it was actually better than some customs. So he wanted to make a Balisong that was available to the Balisong community, but not for a very high price, because customs can be $600 to $6,000. At the time this was in production, it was around $300, which is an excellent price for a knife like this. You know, I would actually much rather have this. Not saying, well, I'd want both the 42 and the Basilisk. You have to have a 42 in your collection, in my opinion. But right now, with the 42 being discontinued and people selling them for $400, $500, I'd rather have this. Although now the value of this knife might go up as well, just because it is discontinued. But I hope things work out better for him, and that we see more knives in this price range and of this quality available to the general Balisong community. You know, it's a great option to have. It really is. So just also want to thank Eric at Bladeforums for letting me handle his knife. It was very cool of him, and I hope you enjoyed the review. Thanks for watching.